Okay, so welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some more rules of wealth from this book, The Rules of Wealth. In the last video, I went over the first 3 rules, and in this video, I'm going to be going over the next rules 4, 5, and 6. In case you can't see that, rules 4, 5, and 6. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I've been starting reading this book, and already I'm seeing a lot change, whether it's mindset wise, actually results wise, and also just I feel like for anyone who's trying to either grow wealth, scale wealth, maintain wealth, manage wealth, or even learn how to contribute wealth effectively, this book can actually give you some pointers. Maybe it's not all the 100 rules, but maybe it's 1, 2, 5, 10 of the rules that can really make that shift in your life. So if you are looking to acquire even more wealth, this is the video for you. But my first question before I go into rules 4, 5, and 6, I want to ask you a question. Why are you on this journey? Like, this is just me being curious. Why are you on this journey for wealth? Why are you on this journey to acquire more wealth and abundance in your life? Like, I genuinely want to know. Like, type it in the comments. Like, what is your main motivator? Just to get a feel. Is your main motivator just because you like having more money? It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel secure. Or is your main motivator because you want to travel more? Is your main motivator because you like the quality of life that money can bring you? Is your main motivator because you like contributing to society? Is your main motivator because you like to treat your family, right? You like to treat your friends. What's your main motivator? You can sum it up into one word, a sentence max. Like, what is your main motivator for doing everything you're doing now to achieve more wealth, more abundance in your life? From reading books like this, from watching videos like this, from doing all the stuff behind the scenes that nobody even knows you're doing, but you're doing it because you know what you want. Because one thing's for sure, I know that if anybody's watching this video, whoever's watching this video, you are doing things behind the scene. You are doing things that the average person is not doing, right? The average person will want a quick fix, okay? 3 secrets to acquire more wealth. That's not what this series is about, right? And even Richard in this book mentions, if you're looking for a quick get-rich scheme, this book is not for you, right? And I don't want these videos to lure you into a false sense of security that what I'm sharing in this video is some quick can't even say it, man. It's so scammy. I can't even say it. This series is not some quick get rich quick scheme. We did it, okay? I'm not used to saying all that scammy stuff, but so it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's literally embodying you with ways to think wealthy, ways to live wealthy, strategies to embody wealth, to generate more wealth. So my question to you is, why are you going through all this? Why are you doing this, right? Just out of curiosity. So without further ado, let's jump into the next 3 rules. Like I said, if you haven't, well, I didn't actually say this. If you haven't watched the last 3 rules, then make sure to watch that video, at least when you finish this video, because even Richard mentions at the beginning of this book, don't go past rule number 2 until you've completed rule number 2, right? There's certain action steps that he gives in here and certain action steps that I'll be giving to you from my experience as well, working in many different industries. So basically, once you finish this video, go back to the last video if you haven't already watched that. If you have already, perfect, you are up to date. Let's get onto it. So rule number 4 of the 100 rules of wealth is keep it under your hat. Now, what do I mean by that? Or what does Richard mean by that in this case? Very simple. When you're doing something, whether it's a new business opportunity, a new venture, learning about wealth, building your wealth, generally it's better to keep what you're doing under your hat. A bit like, if you think about it, like, you know, if you're pregnant or you know someone who's pregnant, they don't tell you that they're pregnant the moment that they find out. Maybe obviously they'll tell their partner, but don't go shouting from the rooftops telling everyone until a few months down the line, right? When it's that safer moment, when that manifestation has grown to a point where you know that actually this is going well, I've got the momentum, let's keep going. Why is this? Why would Richard choose that rule to take up one of the spaces in these 100 rules? Well, actually, especially in my experience, I've seen that this is a massive thing for a lot of people. You see, the problem with the most people is when they share it with others, when they share like what they're doing, a lot of the times people can be negative. A lot of the times people, especially people close to you, I had an encounter the other day actually where I had someone very close to me tell me to be more realistic. And I hate that word. Like, literally, when they said that to me, it made me realize how much I hate that word. Like, and trust me, one thing, if you know me personally, you know that I don't really hate things. I'm not that type of person where I spend too much time focusing on what I don't want. I just focus on what I do want, right? Not head in the clouds type of guy, but just focusing in that direction. When I heard that, literally it made me realize, what the heck? And then the main thing that triggered me was realizing that for me, it's okay. Because I know that where my mind is, even if somebody says be more realistic or you can't do that, I know that if I want to do it, I will do it. And some of you watching this probably, well, a lot of you watching this probably feel the same. But the thing that I felt in that moment was I felt so bad for the person who their mindset isn't at that level where somebody super close to them, if they said that you can't do that or it's not gonna work, they would listen to that person and they would stop what they're doing. They would let that potential just dissipate and then not carry on. That's what really hurt me, was thinking about that person out there who, if somebody said that to them, they wouldn't be none the wiser, and they'll think, actually, maybe they're right. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe that business is too risky. Maybe that thing is not going to work anymore. Maybe it worked 30 years ago, but not anymore. Maybe this thing is so new, it won't work, right? So what I really want to stress to you in this point is keep it under your hat, not just because of there's some like mystical energy out there that if you speak about it stops the thing, right? Because I'm sure you've had moments in your life where maybe something was happening, maybe you was dating somebody and you felt like this person was the one, or this person was going to be special. Then you told someone about it, you got excited, told someone about it, and then that date just like ghosted you or disappeared, right? Or maybe you was going to get a promotion, or there's rumor of promotion happening, or a pay rise. You got a bit happy, spoke about it, then nothing happened, right? We've all had moments like that in our lives. Now, is it because there's some mystical force out there? But actually, there's two reasons to this answer. There's a deeper reason, like a more deeper spiritual reason that I've come to learn over the last year at least. If you're in, now for the scope of this book and doing videos about wealth and this book, it's not going to quite fit into this video, but if you are interested in deeper spiritual things or deeper metaphysics, then let me know in the comments by typing, I like to go deeper or go deeper, and I'll make sure to do a video about that in the future. But for now, for the scope of this book, let's just say the reason why you want to keep it under your hat is because, as Richard puts it in this book, nothing really good comes from you sharing too much too early, right? There's a lot of things that could go wrong, but generally, there's only a few things that could go right. Maybe in the sense of going right, maybe it's a case of someone says, oh, congratulations, that sounds really good, they're happy for you, that's it. But a lot of times in this world, when people have different egos, different limiting beliefs, different other things that can latch onto you now, and then you're like, oh, should I do this? Will this work? All these different things. Generally, it's best just not to shout it from the rooftops, especially early on. They say the proof is in the pudding. Actions speak louder than words. So let your actions do the speaking. Actually, the saying goes further than that. I don't know if you heard this. They say actions speak louder than words, but results speak louder than actions. So don't just talk the talk, walk the walk, get the results, and let that be your talking. And trust me, one thing that will motivate you to work even harder. You know when you feel that excitement inside of you and you're like, you want to tell someone what you're doing, you want to tell someone what's happening, you want to tell someone the breakthrough that you're having, then when you can't get that out, now you've got no choice but to use that to make that thing happen fast. Now you've got no more choice to make that motivate you. At least that's what I've found, and that's what's worked for me. So keep it under your hat. Rule number 4, keep it under your hat. I don't know why I repeat that twice, but you get the message. Keep it under your hat. Rule number 5, most people are too lazy to be wealthy. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into what Richard says here, because I just want to give you a quick story and experience that I had from my experience that showed this to me on a completely new level. You see, a few years back, obviously, well not obviously, some of you, I say obviously for those of you who follow the channel already. If you don't follow the channel, this is Joshua Andre. If I haven't introduced myself already, make sure to hit the subscribe button to make sure you're notified of all of these videos that are happening. I don't know why I'm saying that regurgitated thing right now, but you know, you get the picture. My experience from this is that basically around 5 or so years ago, I can't remember exactly, 5, 6, 7, whatever it was, years ago, when I graduated uni, started working on my dad's business. And at my dad's business, I was working very hard. I was working from like, I don't know, 8 in the morning to probably like, on some days, even like 8, 9, 10 at night kind of thing. Obviously eating, having dinner, going to the gym, all these different things. But I was working long hours. I was working a lot. It was only until I went on my first mentorship, I invested in a high ticket mentorship with this millionaire. And basically he showed me different strategies on how to make money online, do online business, public speaking, all these different things, right? I got a mentor and learned this stuff. But it was only until I actually started working with him in the company, I joined his company, started working with him, and even went into like collaboration with him, that I realized what goes on behind the scenes. Like, it's so much like, I thought that I was working hard until I saw what was going on behind the scenes. Then I realized just how hard some people actually work out there, right? And for me, it was a big breakthrough. I was like, oh, this guy generates millions. Right now, I'm not generating millions. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. What is he doing different? Then when I saw the effort that he was putting into, going the extra mile, working smarter as well, not necessarily harder. Working hard doesn't mean that you have to like bust your balls and keep doing all this stuff for a whole day. It just means, can you work smarter? Can you work more efficiently? Can you think better? Can you think clearer? Can you take fast action? Now, from this experience, I can tell you, and actually this experience allowed me to meet loads of different people, coach like hundreds of thousands of people. well, over 100,000 people, sorry. And from my experience, I know for a fact that 80% of people out there who think that they're working hard or working efficiently are not. Most people haven't seen what it takes to put in that effort. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's a case where you have to constantly work hard, because there's periods where you're not working as long hours, there's periods where you're working longer hours, there's periods where you're working smarter, there's periods when you're finding out how to be more efficient. So there's seasons for everything. I'm not saying it's all constant, but what I do know is that the majority of people out there right now who think that they're working hard are not working hard, right? And obviously one better than that is, well, first of all, don't be lazy. Second of all, if you are putting in the work, great, but can you work not just harder, but smarter? That is the game changer. Alex Hormozy talks about this. He talks about leverage, right? Getting bigger leverage. So if you're doing, I don't know, let's say for example, this video. I'm doing this video now, but I'm only going to use this video once. I'm going to post it. If I had, let's say, for example, if I hired a video editor to snip this video into multiple pieces, do some shorts, create some shorts from it, now that's more leverage, because I'm putting in the same amount of effort, but I'm getting bigger results because I'm getting the video out here in long form. I'm also getting the video out in multiple shorts, getting more visibility. So for reaching out to people, there's bigger leverage there, right? So overall, you want to do things, you want to not be lazy, you want to work harder, but then you want to see how you can work smarter to really just leverage what you're already doing. If you can do something and spend 1 hour on it, because think about it, some of the richest people in the world, like Richard Branson, I don't know, like Warren Buffett, like my mind's going blank on all these rich people, but Steve Jobs, well, he's not here right now, but you get the point. Mark Zuckerberg, when you believe in their beliefs and what they're doing behind the scenes, I'm not talking about that, but Elon Musk, and now it's coming back. Now these people, when you think about it, do they have more time in the day than you? No, everybody's got 24 hours. Yes, some of these people may sleep longer, some of these people may sleep shorter amounts of times than you. But the point is, we all have the same amount of time in the day. So it's not like the hours that you're working, it's what you're doing in the hours, the value that you're adding, the leverage that you have, right? So this is the second thing, is not to be lazy first of all, but I want to take it a step further, not just to work harder, but how can you work smarter, right? This is a big thing. And you know, some of these rules, I'll be giving action steps with it, but some of these rules, just by having the awareness or having the reminder, because sometimes we know these things, but because we're not actively thinking about it, let me just stop, my battery's going low. Hopefully this video lasts. Because we're not actively thinking about it, it's kind of a bit like, it's just stuck in the back burner. You never really think about it, you never take action on it. Now by me just saying this thing to you now you may trigger a thought for you like, oh, how could I do this differently? How could I act like this differently? How could I put this position this differently? Just by having this awareness. So some of these rules will have action steps, some of them won't, but just by hearing the rules, you'll be getting the awareness of even something that you've heard before to come back into your life, because it's coming back here for you to hear this for a reason, or it's just something that's completely new and it's like, okay, didn't know about this, let me see how I can work on this, okay? So the last rule that I'm going to say in this video, to keep it a bit shorter than the last one, is understanding your money beliefs and where they come from. Rule number 6, understand your money beliefs and where they come from. This is crucial. Now, this is a very big topic, and I could do a whole video series just about this. Actually, we used to run a 3-day event, actually, where we covered a lot of this in these 3 days, because most of the times, you know, you could be wealthy and still have limiting beliefs holding you back from making more money or even keeping that money, right? There's so many people who are rich and wealthy that I've seen, that I know, that make a lot of money, but actually when it comes to keeping it, they can't do that because of some limiting belief going on in there. So this rule is all to do with getting rid of those weeds that are either limiting you from making money or limiting you from holding that money, right? And for everyone it's different. And to give you some examples, maybe some of the weeds in there right now is money is the root of all evil, right? Maybe that's stuck in your mind, right? A lot of us have that from our upbringing. Maybe it's that money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe it's that money, by making more money, I'll lose some friends. Maybe it's the fact that if I make more money, I'm already struggling to manage this money. How will I manage all of that money? What will I do? Right? It's a nice problem to have, some of you are thinking, but the point is that can still limit you from being successful. I know for me, when I dug really deep into this, and this might resonate with some of you as well, my limiting money beliefs that I managed to get rid of came from my childhood, where I didn't get to see my mom loads when I was growing up, but when I did see her, sometimes she would buy me loads of gifts. But I remember thinking as a kid, I don't want the gifts, I want to see my mom. I would much rather have more time with my mom than all these gifts that she's buying me. And as a kid, you don't really think that kids think like this, but you don't have loads of knowledge, loads of experience, but you have a way of justifying things and knowing what you want, what isn't right. So just from that experience, when I dug deep through a very deep process that I did, I dug deep, and I recommend everybody to do some sort of process to get these money beliefs out, because I thought that I got rid of all my money beliefs. It wasn't until I did this very deep process that I found this new one, and I realized, oh, this is what was limiting me back then. So point being, for me, the money belief was that if I make a lot of money, I won't be able to spend quality time with the people that I love. That was what was in my mind. I wasn't consciously thinking this, walking around with, oh yeah, telling myself I want to make money, then thinking, oh, but if I make more money, I won't be able to spend quality time with the people that I love. No, I wasn't consciously thinking that. That was what was subconsciously buried and what was limiting me from making even more money back then. So the point is for you is to bring this to awareness that most likely, if you're not making the money that you desire, if you're not able to keep the money that you already have, right? You find yourself spending loads of it, not really having, you find yourself having more month at the end of the money, not more money at the end of the month, then most likely there's some limiting beliefs in there that either you're aware of, or maybe it's this, maybe it's self-sabotage, fear of success, or maybe you're not. Now, for this rule, I recommend everyone to have a deep dive. Ask yourself, what do you genuinely think about money? Like, when you think about money, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel slimy? Does it make you feel like not good? Does it make you feel happy? Does it make you feel good? But does it make you feel, do you feel like, I don't know if I'll be able to have that money? The key thing to this, obviously we can go into deep processes, but the key thing for this video that I want to mention is just writing some of the beliefs that you have down and seeing where they come from. One of the biggest ways you can get rid of these things is writing some of these limiting beliefs down and then seeing where they come from. Like, where did this belief come from? Was it people around you kept saying it? Was it that, I don't know, let's say for example, was it that an experience in your life, something in the past happened that made you believe this, right? And it can be something that's so illogical. Maybe something as a kid happened that just doesn't really make sense, but as a kid you justified it as this. And now ever since then you've had that limiting belief, right? So when you write these beliefs down, just try and go back and see where they come from. Now you want to see where they come from, but logically justify them from your consciousness now. Like, for example, if it's something like, I don't have the experience, if that's a belief that's coming up, I don't have the experience to make loads of money. Well, ask yourself, are there people out there right now with with not much experience? Well, I meant to say little amounts of experience, less amounts of experience than you, but making more money than you? Of course there are. If your thing is, oh, but I don't have a qualification, whether it's a degree or a qualification in the thing that I'm doing, so I can't do that. Is there people out there who have no qualifications, who maybe even have less of an education than you, who are making more money? Of course, I know my mentor, the guy who I spoke about earlier, he dropped out of college. He didn't even have a college degree. Didn't have a university degree. I think he even dropped out of school, right? Point of the being, he didn't get far in his education. But I chose to learn from him. Then the business person at the university, the one who was teaching business. Why? Because the one who's teaching business, yes, they got a degree, but have they been generating millions of dollars? No. So I wanted to learn from the person with millions of dollars. And equally, you could think, oh, okay, I have a degree or I have the qualification, but I don't have the results. It's the same thing. This is just mental masturbation now. It's kind of like, you gotta really just come back to the logic of, what's this belief? Where does it come from, right? First thing, what's this belief? Second thing, where does it come from? Third thing, is this entirely true? Is this an opinion? Fourth thing, what is the actual truth about this situation now? Looking at it from a bigger perspective. Is somebody else with this limitation doing it, right? Or is this limitation actually true, right? Does money grow on trees? No, but the paper that it's made from does, right? So point being is this belief true? If it's not, then it's an opinion. So how can I work on this? For some of them that are true, there's other things that you can do that's a bit deeper, but most likely you'll get to the end of this process and it won't be true. If you have any limited beliefs that you're stuck with, just put it in the comments. Like if you think that, no, Josh, this is not an opinion, this is the 100% fact, I can't change it, this won't let me make money. Put it in the comments and then I'll be sure to check the comments and help you out. And some of the people watching this video will also be able to help you out as well. So if you see anyone in the comments with a limiting belief they're not sure how to handle, also put your comment in to help them, to show them how it is a limitation and not the entire truth. Other than that, I trust you enjoyed this video. I trust you got a lot of value from these 3 rules. In the next video, I'll be covering the next 3 rules, so rules 7 to 9. And as we progress, the rules are going to be getting a bit deeper, different practices, different things about not just thinking wealthy, but scaling wealthy, keeping that wealth, and going from there. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But for now, make sure to implement this stuff. If you haven't watched the first video, go back to the first video, and I'll see you in the third video. Peace.